like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. That's MikeKollin.com. I want to say Merry Christmas, and I got a gift for you. People have been calling and asking me, can you give me a deal? Can you give me a deal? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys the most phenomenal deal. This came up to me the other day when I was making a video about how I was telling. It was a video I made about 'tis the season for narcissist hoovering. Basically, it's a video that came out, I think today or yesterday. I think it's yesterday. And I realized a lot of you are stuck at home. You're not at work. Some of you aren't close to your family, or you're far away from your family. And the thing is, don't give in to the narcissist. And I thought, yeah, that's easier said than done. So here's what I wanted to offer you. Phenomenal deal. $25 for a full session. Not only a full session, but I'm going to add a little bit on. I've got a list of things here I want to share with you. And so here's what it's going to be. It's going to be a $25 donation. Normally I charge $250. That's my normal fee, okay, for an hour and a half. All right. So this is going to be up to 2 hours in case we need a little more time to go over something. What I've been charging recently for people that are signing up for multiple sessions is $125, okay? So it starts today when you see this video, and it ends on January 1st midnight, okay? Meaning not just not April's Fool's, New Year's Eve, but all the way to the next day, the actual January 1st throughout the day, up to midnight, let's say. And again, it's 2 hours. So here's the list. Okay, if you've never done timeline therapy, it's a tool where you float up into your past and also into your future. It's a very powerful tool to heal emotional issues, okay? It helps you change your perspective, change decisions, work on your values conflict. Another one is goal setting. So you go out into your future and you set goals, okay? So I'm just going to if anything else that you want to work on, if it's not on this list, don't worry about it. But I want to throw this down there. The main core purpose of this is, I'm going to kind of skip something. No, I'm just going to go down the list. It's the one at the bottom and this one now. Is really to help you get through the holiday seasons if you're alone, okay? So one of the main things, the core things that I'm good at is emotional healing. And the tools that I use are emotional grounding tools, okay? I am a professional at this. I'm one of the best in the world at it. What I'm talking about is you can become completely emotionally grounded and calm, and your body loosens up and you breathe deep and you feel really good in a matter of 45 minutes to about an hour, okay? Years ago, it used to take me about 2, 3, 4 sessions to get clients there. Very consistently for 2 or 3 years now, it takes 1 session, all right? I'm very proud of that because that was one of my goals 25 years ago, because a Buddhist monk had done this with me one day. I used to have really bad anxiety, like extremely bad, and it blew my mind. And then I found an energy healer later. She did it, but it actually took about 3 or 4 sessions, maybe 5 sessions now I think about it. But when it hit, I was like, so this is what it means to be emotionally grounded. It was a life-changing experience, because you hear that phrase, emotionally grounded, and you do the techniques, because they taught this to us in some of our trainings, and I practiced them and didn't do shit. I didn't get it. Here's the key. When I met with her, she was a very emotionally grounded person, and she held me very accountable for doing the exercises. So, but even more than that, it's my energy is so grounded now that what I can do is I can connect with your energy and guide your energy to ground. Your whole awareness will open up. You'll be like, whoa, like your brain's scattered and ping-ponging and it's kind of stressed. That'll all clear up, okay? And it usually will last for 2, 3, or 4 days, depending on the person, okay? So here's some other things. So another thing is, I will be giving you, so if you want to do the emotional healing, or especially if you want to do the emotional grounding, I will give you some tools that you can immediately begin using that you'll get results from, all right? The next one is questions. Do you just have a series of questions or things you've always wanted to talk to me about, or questions you've had about my field or anything I've talked about in my videos, okay? So we can do a long question and answer thing. The other one is talk therapy. Do you have things that you've always wanted to talk about, get off your chest, something that's bugging you, and you want to deal with it, we can also do some therapy with it if you want also. Any of it. The timeline therapy, we can do an emotional healing technique with that part so it actually heals. I am going fast for a reason. The other one is the other core piece that I specialize in. So if you have any questions for dating and relationships, this is something that a new discovery, a series of discoveries I made. I've developed a core course for this. Men, you can call and I can answer your questions and I can absolutely help you with your relationship for sure in 2 hours. For women, it's a much more amplified experience because you don't have quite as much to learn and you have more awareness of what's going on already. But these key points will change your life. It'll shift your perspective on relationships. It will heal you emotionally. A lot of things that have hurt you and wounded you emotionally are simply because we're wired differently. And when you see the other side, you're going to suddenly understand. Here's the thing. You won't learn this anywhere else. You won't learn it from Tony Robbins. You won't learn it from the Men Are From Mars guy. You won't learn it from Dr. Barbara DeAngelis. None of those people. What I'm teaching is new. And for the women's course, man, in 2 hours, I can actually shift everything. You will learn more and understand more and have an emotional shift in less than 2 hours than you will go into any of those other guys' 2-day, 5-day, 10-day seminars. I promise you that. I don't think that. I know that. Okay. All right. So the other thing is talk. Like I said, a lot of you are going to be stuck home. You're hurt. You've got emotional wounds from narcissist abuse. If you just need someone to talk to, okay, I don't care what you want to talk about. We don't have to talk about narcissist abuse. We can talk about the weather, talk about something that you want to work on, talk about your goals, okay? And if I didn't mention it, timeline therapy is a great tool to set goals, okay? I think I did. The other reason is just to get to know me, to get to know my style, to have an actual physical hands-on experience of my style, what it's like to work with me. So it's a very inexpensive way to find out, well, what it's like to actually have a full-on session with me and to understand my style and where I'm coming from, okay? And also, obviously, to see if it's a good fit, all right? The other thing is I had something happen 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and it has to do, I'm going to make a video on this, a separate video. It's about how narcissists steal your light. We've all heard this before, even before we heard about narcissist abuse. We heard our grandmothers and our aunts and, our sisters and, my friends' mothers will say like, oh, they stole your light. And I remember as a kid, like, what are you talking about? Oh, they're trying to steal your light. And in narcissist videos, you hear this all the time. It's like, yeah, you have this light and they're trying to put it out or they're trying to steal it. I had an energetic experience. I was in a good mood. I was on the roll. Everything was going good. I was getting things done for like about a month or more. And I went into this place and talked to someone who I didn't know very well. And turns out they're a narcissist and they literally stole my light, okay? I'll explain that in the next video because I don't want this video to be short. But I came home and I did something. It was something I remember in the energy healing course. I thought, I'm going to explain it in the next video. But we can work on that too if someone stole your light. All right, so the last thing, it's not really the last thing, it's the last thing on the list is there's a communication patterning style of communicating that I developed over years and years of studying neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, and all this communication stuff I've studied for decades. It will help you to shift just like that in about 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I will teach you this stuff and you'll already start feeling good. I'm going to give you a series of tools. You can use this to make your wife happy. You can use this to meet people. You can use this to make better sales. It makes people like you. It doesn't make them, it doesn't force them, but you create this energy and this vibe. I explain how words are energy. When I teach it to you what it is, you're going to be like, holy shit, it'll make sense. It's scientific, okay? So if you want to go over that, we can go over that. So I want to end it with this. Back to the, for women, let's say, for the dating relationship stuff. I went into Macy's to buy a George Foreman griller. And there was two older ladies sitting at the desk where it wasn't a counter, it was like a desk where they would ring you up for stuff and items. And the two sales ladies, I'll call them. And this lady had to be 55 or older. And I just saw a heaviness on her, and I was kind of looking at her, and she just seemed like something was just empty or dead inside. So I started to talk to her, and then she goes, "Oh, well, what do you do for a living?" And I was like, "I specialize in communication between men and women." She goes, "No." I go, "No, no, 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 no. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm sure you've heard men talk about communication and men don't get it. Okay, I'm not, and for guys, I'm not trying to be rude. We really don't. We are speaking two different languages. So I don't want to go into that right now. So I started talking about what it is, and she kind of, her interest got piqued. Really, I was like, "Yeah, I specialize in communication between men and women, the left brain, the right brain, internal language, the female language versus the male external linear logical language, and how it doesn't connect, and we don't understand each other, and it doesn't make women feel emotionally fulfilled or emotionally grounded." And I said, "I teach men how to do that." She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yes." So I started going into the course, and we were talking for about 35, 40, and the other lady was like listening, and like, "Wow, I didn't, and I'm like, I didn't know that." And she had this, by the end of it, she had this big smile on her face. She's, "Oh, my husband does it all the time. You mean that means?" Like, "Yeah, that means he loves you." And she's like, "Oh my God." So I want to leave that with you because it shifted her whole life in 45 minutes on the difference between men and women. Hey, this is Mike Colleen. If you're hurting these holiday seasons, take advantage of this. I've never done this before. I've never even thought about doing such a low price, but I know people are hurting, and I know a lot. You know what it is? I'm freaking thrilled that the subscribers, you guys have been joining. People have been making comments on my videos. It just took a huge jump this last week, and I'm just like, this has never happened this fast before. So I'm really grateful for the feelings that I got from this week, from the last series of videos that you guys have been watching. That's why I'm doing it. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow, or it's going to be Christmas Eve now, but when this comes out, it should be Christmas. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to stop the video. God bless you guys. If you want someone to help you through the holiday seasons, get a hold of me. It's $25. If you want to throw extra on top of that, it's up to you. Pure donation, and it's not required. Okay. God bless you guys. Go to my website and go to my website. Check it out. Mike Colleen, MikeKollin.com. Okay. Scroll to the very bottom of the homepage. I made this brand new. There's like, I think 3 or 4 images across. I think there's 3 rows. So take a look at it. I would appreciate it. God bless you guys. Bye.
To dream